In Korea, never mess with a man covered in tattoos because the larger the tattoo, the higher the status. It's the same in Japan. This tattooed man is the youngest Yakuza boss in Japan, only 19 years old, ruling a territory. Even the local police don't dare to touch him. Qinglong was a white-haired nobody a year ago. His father was in the Yakuza. The story starts with his father's portrait hanging on the wall. One day, Qinglong was strolling with friends and saw someone selling masks. Pretending to buy flour, he suddenly attacked the seller. Qinglong wanted to steal the money. After getting the cash, they planned a feast for the night. Suddenly, a friend picked up a bag of flour. Qinglong snatched it and threw it into the sea. Money is okay, but no drugs. Then they went to a familiar restaurant. Soon, another Yakuza boss named Yamamura arrived. They sat across from each other. Suddenly, a group came to kill the opposing boss. Qinglong didn't panic. As the man was about to kill the boss, Qinglong grabbed a frying pan and killed him. The Yakuza boss was shocked. Qinglong dropped the pan, and his underlings, scared, fled with him. The next day, Yamamura's men found Qinglong and took him to the gang. The boss wanted Qinglong to join, but he refused. Yamamura gave him a business card, telling him to think it over. Suddenly, a brother called, telling him to run. Qinglong was chased by a group seeking revenge for the stolen flour. Qinglong and his friends were soon caught. Rival Yakuza boss Tonino demanded the return of the flour money. Qinglong was a nobody. How could he afford expensive flour? No money, I'll sell you abroad. I hear young people's organs fetch a good price abroad. As they were about to board a ship, they found Yamamura's business card on Qinglong. Tonino thought Qinglong was with Yamamura, but Qinglong denied being in the Yakuza. Tonino's gang and Yamamura's were allies, so to be safe, they decided to make a call to confirm. Soon, Qinglong was taken home by Yamamura's men. Qinglong met Yamamura. The boss said nothing, only asked, "Do you know where to buy milk?" Because of this question, Qinglong was moved to tears, as he had since childhood. After his father's recent death, Qinglong's status rose as he joined the village gang and became its godfather. A year later, Qinglong changed his hairstyle and returned to the restaurant, giving the owner's son some money. This kid is complex, he will show up later. Suddenly, Qinglong got a call about trouble on his turf. He went to his hotel, confronted by the Tianye gang, who demanded territory from him. After speaking, they were about to leave. For a moment, things were calm, but the more he thought about it, the angrier he got. Qinglong smashed a bottle on the guy's head and taught his underlings a lesson. Later, his waitress bandaged him. Qinglong liked Xiaomei, a student he asked out. He learned she was performing but not selling herself. She worked at their hotel just to earn tuition. This made Qinglong like her even more. Meanwhile, the person Qinglong beat up last time, Tianye, demanded the village give up some territory to him, or it would be difficult. The village turned against Qinglong, prepared to fight. Tianye looked terrified. Don't provoke gangsters, they always seek revenge. Even a deity couldn't stop it. A gangster car drove by, with the local gang leader inside. Two people suddenly rushed out and began shooting. Qinglong shielded the boss, but the driver was not as fortunate. The driver got hit. After confirming the boss was okay, Qinglong chased after them, but they were already gone. However, his brother died in the car. Qinglong was extremely upset. The gang held a funeral for the brother. Qinglong lay in the hospital. The village asked the higher-up boss to help them get revenge, but the higher-up boss didn't allow it and said to let the police handle it. The village went to the hospital to see Qinglong and explained the situation to him. They said to leave it to the police. How could Qinglong listen? He wanted to avenge his brother, but the boss wouldn't let him go. That night, Tianye's group strolled to a hotel. Qinglong, with his injured leg, joined them. As he prepared to avenge his brother, someone unexpectedly emerged and killed the opponent first. It was their own second-in-command. Qinglong took the blame for the second-in-command and told him to leave quickly. Qinglong then stabbed a few more times and ran. When Tianye arrived, his people were dead, and the killer had fled. Qinglong visited Xiaomei. She wanted to treat his wounds, but he had other ideas. That night, their relationship deepened. Qinglong successfully silenced him. The next day, Qinglong returned to the gang. The things Shankun did for Qinglong, he felt proud but also sad. The next moment, the police arrived, and Qinglong was taken away. He silently signaled the second-in-command to take care of the gang and his godfather. Qinglong's arrest online, which quickly went viral in Japan. It was a trending headline. Xiaomei was extremely sad. Everyone who knew Qinglong saw it. This scene marked Qinglong's imprisonment for over a decade. 14 years later, Qinglong was released. The second-in-command picked him up for a big meal, but the boss just had a drink and left. Qinglong was confused. His brothers told him the boss had terminal cancer. That wasn't the worst part. After Qinglong's 14-year imprisonment, the gang underwent reforms. Many left, and their territory was taken. Qinglong asked how they made money. They were illegally fishing, catching small shrimp to survive. They didn't want to work regular jobs, saying it was impossible. Qinglong wandered the streets, lost. Suddenly, the old restaurant owner saw him. She was happy to see Qinglong and mentioned his friend was working at her restaurant. This friend used to be in the gang but had left. He had a daughter. Qinglong overheard his brothers. Those who left the gang couldn't work for 5 years due to regulations. They had no bank accounts, no insurance, no home, nothing. After 5 years, only then would society treat them as normal people. After eating, Qinglong wanted to pay, but his brother insisted on paying himself. Qinglong didn't understand, but after his brother paid, he quickly left. Qinglong asked his brother what was wrong. His brother said if anyone saw him with Qinglong, society would treat him as a criminal, and he could lose his hard-earned job. He ran away as if he saw a ghost. Qinglong sat down, sad, comforted only by the restaurant owner. He drank, and suddenly a white-haired man appeared outside. He looked familiar to Qinglong, but Qinglong didn't recognize him. The white-haired man said he was Xiaoshui from 14 years ago. Qinglong was surprised to see the kid he once gave money to has grown up. Xiaoshui now resembles the old Qinglong, even sharing his hairstyle. He told Uncle Qinglong that their gang's old methods are no longer suitable for public, so they operate a club instead. At the club, they faced trouble, but Xiaoshui talked his way out. He also expressed admiration for Uncle Qinglong. After Qinglong's imprisonment, Xiaoshui did dirty work for his gang but didn't specify what it was when asked. Back at the gang, the boss needed to be hospitalized again, and everyone had to chip in 10,000. Qinglong immediately put in over 100,000. He asked the second in command about their dirty work, which was selling flour since shrimp catching was unprofitable. Qinglong fought the second in command but ultimately lost. However, he didn't blame him, as people must live. Then, a brother called, and Qinglong found the woman he liked back in the day. After getting out of prison, Xiaomei had changed her number, but now Qinglong finally found her. He chose to wait outside for Xiaomei to get off work. After 14 years, they finally met. Xiaomei told him they shouldn't see each other anymore. Qinglong didn't understand. Xiaomei revealed she had a daughter, who was also Qinglong's daughter, but her mother wouldn't tell her that her father was a gangster. After that, she left. Qinglong didn't expect prison to affect him so much. Meanwhile, Xiaoshui was negotiating with Tianye, whose tone irritated him, prompting Tianye to leave. Suddenly, Tianye said Xiaoshui was a lot like his father and hoped Xiaoshui wouldn't end up like him. Xiaoshui asked what he meant, but Tianye didn't say. Xiaoshui discovered that Tianye killed his father, the driver who died in the incident. Thanks to Qinglong's efforts, the family reunited, but he still didn't recognize his daughter. With a friend's assistance, he secured a job. A coworker knew Qinglong used to be in a gang and took a photo, posting it online. The photo quickly went viral. Xiaomei was fired from her job because her daughter's father was a gangster. The friend who posted the photo got beaten up, and all three lost their jobs. The brother returned home to find his wife and child had left. Qinglong went home, and Xiaomei scolded him for everything. Qinglong was alone again. He went to the boss lady's place to drink. Xiaoshui told Uncle Qinglong he found the killer of his father and wanted revenge. Qinglong advised Xiaoshui to take care of himself. Segment 4. Xiaoshui's mother. Then, Qinglong went to the hospital, and his godfather had died. He felt he had nothing left to hold on to. Qinglong planned to leave a message for Xiaomei, wanting to see her and their daughter one last time. After speaking, he went to a place and took out Tianye and his gang, who killed Xiaoshui's father. Xiaoshui was on his way with people to avenge his father, but when he arrived, he saw his father's killer had already been dealt with by Uncle Qinglong. Qinglong went to a place to wait for Xiaomei, but instead, his brother came with a knife in Qinglong's stomach. The brother blamed Qinglong, but Qinglong did not retaliate. Later, Qinglong fell and drowned. Every year on this day, Xiaoshui visits Uncle Qinglong. Qinglong's daughter arrives to learn about her father's past. Xiaoshui explains, and the movie concludes with Shen Zhe. Ultimately, everyone must face the consequences of their actions. This film teaches future generations to be good, regardless of circumstances, or risk regretting it later.